So 8 years ago, I was on a flight from Orlando, and I looked over and realized something was wrong. The woman beside me was hyperventilating, and I was trying to figure out what's going on. I pop out my headphones and start talking with her. And she says in this squeaky voice, she goes, "This is my first flight, and I'm really scared." So immediately start telling her about, hey, this is totally normal. We're going up at a steep rate. That's what happens when you take off. It's going to be loud. Ears going to pop, and kind of walking her through what it's like to be on a flight. It's going to even out, and kind of just helping her understand what was happening. And so once she calmed down, we started chatting. And the reason she was on that flight for the first time was she was going to Chicago for her sister's birthday. And her sister was having some milestone birthday. She was 58. I think it was 60 for her sister. I can't really remember. But she was going, and normally her husband would drive her up to Chicago when she visited family. But that year he wasn't feeling up to it, and she decided to go ahead and book a flight. And then she told me about all the kind of things that had happened that day. She'd showed up at the airport 10 minutes before her flight because she was really used to buses. And that was plenty of time to make a bus connection. But obviously missed that first flight, had to go through the rebooking process. And now she was on this flight. She had to do a connection, and it was just a little more complicated than she expected. So we had a really fun discussion, fun conversation. And when we landed, I made sure she made it safely to her next gate so she could get home to Chicago. But what's interesting about this, and the reason I'm sharing this story, is I have thought about that conversation, that experience, way more than the rest of that whole trip. I can't even tell you exactly what class I was teaching. I was probably teaching some fundraising class in Orlando. But that one has stuck with me because I think it's a good metaphor of what it's like when we're trying to learn something new. There's always going to be that moment when we feel something's really dumb, like we're doing something dumb because we're trying to learn that new thing. Like, getting to the airport 10 minutes early before your flight. But there's also going to be that moment when we're overwhelmed and afraid, like not thinking we can do the next step, like she had on the plane. But the thing we forget when we sort of imagine those when we're trying a new skill or trying to learn something is the opposite of that is there's also going to be people there who will see you trying and want to see you be successful. And so by just starting out, just trying the thing, booking your flight to Chicago, deciding you're going to improve and get better at something, you're going to have people come out around you and support you. So I like to think of this every time I'm trying to learn a new skill, whether it's getting better at speaking, whether it's getting better at a whole host of things for running my business, that there is going to be a moment when I am going to struggle and probably feel stupid that I made some simple mistake. Then there's also going to be a moment that I'm going to be feeling really overwhelmed. But on the plus side, there's also going to be people who, once I'm going, will give me feedback and support me along the way. So next time you're thinking of learning a new skill, getting better at your job, getting better at fundraising, go ahead, take that first step, book that flight to Chicago, whatever Chicago is for you, and then realize there's going to be two big moments. Moments where you feel really dumb, and then moments where you feel overwhelmed, and just push through those so that you can find the people who want to help you along the way. Because it's worth it. Doing new things, expanding your skills so you can expand your fundraising impact and your impact on the world. So good luck. Go book that flight to Chicago.